I think we're finally going. Let me know how if you can hear the guitar and the voice and everything. I'll move that over there. I think a cat just settled in. What happened was my computer had rebooted since the last time I saw you. And I was, running late, we were running late today because of a whole bunch. I'll get into it in a little bit, but I was running a little late, but I had plenty of time. But when I went to boot it up, of course, friggin' OBS it's like, oh, you have 2 new cameras. It's like, and they said it to like, it's all washed out, just like, it's like the most garbage settings ever. And I have to go in there and I have to set the white. I had this like, let me just check. What do I have to set? I'll give you all the controls because I do it almost every week. Anytime the computer reboots, it forgets all those settings. Brightness, contrast, saturation, sharpness, white balance, background compensation, and the gain. I literally have to fiddle with every single one of those. I don't have to touch zoom or focus on this camera. I do have to hit focus on the other camera. Exposure, and then that's it. And then I'm done. It's just those. And I have to do it for 2 cams because I got this cam too. The cam too. Electromega says, hey, Steve from Boston, short show tonight. I don't know. I was supposed to go to an online birthday party at 8 p.m., but I don't think I ever got the link, unless that was it. What the fuck is that? Oh. What? That's annoying. I just had some, I hate this, okay? Should we start the night off with a rant? Like something like my mobile services manager. It's like, what the hell is mobile services manager? Never heard of it. Are you part of the Google Play? What mobile services manager? Like was recommending a news app. Oh, that just sounds like nonsense, right? And first of all, how are you even popping up a notification? When I tell you I shut down notifications on my phone, it's like you're an exclusive group if I get a notification on anything. So I don't know. Steve from Boston, my online birthday party is tonight at 10 p.m. Nice. Steve it's just someone asked if you need your ducks cleaned. Maybe later. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's real good. How you doing? Good. Oh, well, that's not good. Yeah, no, it's a friend of mine's 50th, and he was going to do, he's like, obviously, he goes, I'm not having a party, he goes, but I'm just doing like an online thing, and I don't know if it was Zoom, I don't think it was, I thought it was, StreamYard. The one with the duck. Hit the 13th on that. Or the 11th? It's like the end of Help. I think that's the 13. Yeah, StreamYard is a CyberDuck. Exactly. Exactly. I have a manager now. What you need is a manager. You need a manager. Don't tear me down. Oh, God, we could go all night. So here's the thing: if I don't get the link before 8 p.m., clearly I'm not going. I checked my spam too; it wasn't in the spam, so I don't know. I don't know unless it just showed. Did it just show up? Can I show unread? Nothing unread. There you go. Yeah, when Steve starts the show, the cats settle in. We're going a little crazy today. So today was just one of those days that just... All right, it was a Rosanna Donna day. If it ain't one thing, it's another. And my wife got the family. We went out and we got a new Samsung TV, a QLED, nice quantum LED, right? Great picture, great everything. Everything's awesome, right? Except one thing, it can't seem to work with my cable box. Like, the TV is so smart, it wants to find out what my cable box is and control it. And my cable box, which is a FiOS 1, which isn't listed in the Samsung cable boxes, right? It's too new. And I tried to do a firmware update. It's not there. It wants to control the Samsung. And so and Samsung apparently doesn't want to give out what it is, or apparently, I don't know. All I know is that 50-inch over there is gorgeous 4K TV. It cost me $150 last year. That friggin' Samsung, it's nice and everything, but it was $500 on sale. And it can't just like read a friggin' input. It finally started working because the FiOS box set itself to 480p and refuses to go out of it to 1080p. They're like, your TV does not support this format. And the TV doesn't want to work with it. It's always saying no signal found or the wrong signal. It is just, it's like nightmarish. It's like, you cannot even be serious. It's like, this is supposed to plug and go, right? HDMI. I set it to input 1. Just work, please. So auto sense what I'm sending you. I'll set the cable boxes set up to 1080p. Why can't you just do that? Because it's too smart for its own good. And that makes it stupid. And that's just sad. So that's where we are right now. That TV is going back. We literally can't get it to friggin' work. They are both just want to, they're trying to scissor each other, and it's like this. So it's gotta go. It's gonna go back. I'll go buy another friggin' Westinghouse for the $150. That worked right out of the box. Plug and play. It's like, and it has full smart TV and everything. I wanted to get a little bit better picture. I said, well, we won't get OLED. We'll get like QLED, right? Something in between. But the friggin' TV is too smart for its own good. I heard that Charlie Pride, of COVID. Yeah. COVID also got, Toots, Freddie Maytal, Freddie Toots Maytal. No, Hibbard, sorry. Maytal was the name of the band, Maytals. Freddie Hibbard. Yeah, such a bummer, man. I tell you, down the street from my house When this started, when this was like the early like spread, I think it was like, wasn't March, I think it was April. They took like 15 bodies out of that nursing home down the street. It was a friggin' nightmare. But it ran through my town pretty early because one of our guys went to that super spreader event. They just came out and they did a bunch of tracing on that event in Boston, that Biogen conference, right? And they estimate like, I want to say it's like 230,000 people were ultimately infected from that one event in 23 different countries. It's like, you cannot be serious. It's like, it just goes to show you, if you're in the right place at the right time. Yeah, you know what? It's replacing an LG. That's a great idea. I'm gonna return that tomorrow and get the LG. I'll get, what is it called? The nano cell, right? I'll pick up a nano cell. I think that's what they call their QLED. They call it nano cell, or something like that. I'll get an LG. I'll just get an LG because that's what it's replacing, and that LG worked. That thing has been working since 2012. The only reason why we wanted to replace it is because we wanted like a smart TV, and that TV's 1080p, but the colors aren't the greatest on it. It's a 2012 TV, right? I mean, the TV's a little old. So, it needed to be replaced. Even though it's a 1080p, it's pretty old. So, no problem. We got it on sale, but goddamn, I can't get it to work. It's like I'm fighting with it. They're like, "We're sorry, Steve. We just can't do that right now." Yeah, place for mom, Evan, exactly. Yeah, no, my father-in-law was saying like, "Oh, it's so tough to run the house. Maybe I should think about a nursing home." I'm like, "Are you insane? That's where you go to die, and trust me, it's going to happen pretty quickly. You do not want to go to a nursing home. You're insulated right now. You got a whole friggin' house. I mean, please, if anything, come down here. Stay with us. If you feel like you need company all day. But God, don't go to a nursing home, please. It's like a festering petri dish, for Christ's sakes. It's like, the only reason why you go there is because the person just cannot really function outside of it. Then I can understand, they really just do need like all the time, like nursing care, but that's pretty rare. Exactly. It's HAL 9000. The HAL-OLED. So, fun fact, HAL is a play on IBM, right? They took IBM and they did the letter preceding, right? So I became H, B became A, and M became L, HAL, HAL. Fun facts. This is where you come for that kind of trivia. See, did you Google the problem to see if anyone also encountered that? Yeah, they basically said they returned it. Because it's almost like it's too new, and they don't have an update for it, and Samsung hasn't updated the TV to work with it. So Samsung is like, unless I know what cable box that is, like it doesn't want to like give out what it does for, I don't know. The cable box, it's weird because the cable box will work the TV. So clearly the cable box knows it's a Samsung TV, but it just must have the wrong one. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. I've never had this problem before, ever. It's sort of plug and play, right? You plug it in and it works. You plug your stuff into your HDMI ports and you go to the port you want to read. The TV senses the signal that's coming in and it sets it to one of like 5 different or 10 different varieties, right? 480p, 480i, 480p. It can read all those and just sets it to whatever because its screen is sort of locked, especially if it's a flat screen. It is what it is, right? And it's all just upscaled and downscaled. So whatever it is, you're looking at it at 2160p. That's period. End of story. But 1080p upscaled to 2160p actually looks pretty damn good. You know, you don't have to go 4K. And almost all the content coming off of, I found that out down here with this TV. When I set that to 4K and the box to 4K and the 4K did the upscaling, it looked like crap. It was way too soft. When I set the TV to just AutoSense and I set the box to 1080p and the TV did the upscaling to 4K, because the panel is the panel is the panel, period. It looked much better, like razor sharp, so much crisper. So my goal is just, you know, I just want to set the TV to 1080p, which I had it set to. That's what it was set on. And plug it in, and the TV goes, oh, yes, we found a 1080p source. Setting it up now. But Samsung's like, unidentified source, setting to lowest possible resolution. And then the cable box is going, we're sensing you can't go much higher than 480p. It's like, I'm just caught in this, like, craziness. Hey, Steve from Boston. It's Fuzzy from Taunton. Taunton, what's up, Taunton? I think I've been to the Raynham Taunton. Did they have, like, a flea market there at one time? I have a Samsung 75, works great with Xfinity. Yeah, I have the, I have FiOS 1. I tell you, with my other TVs, it was great. I plugged it into the TV in the kitchen. They're like, you have a Vizio, we have a little TV on top of the refrigerator in the kitchen, just a little flat panel. It's like a 24-inch, pretty small. And, they got it exactly right. They programmed the remote. Everything worked great. Same with the LG. Same with this Westinghouse. And before the Westinghouse, I think I had another Westinghouse. Because I just want the cheapest TV. And trust me, those are the cheapest TVs. But it still looks fine. It was a huge upgrade from the last one. It looks great. In fact, I think it looks better than the LG in the living room, because they're 8 years apart in time. There's a lot of time to make a better panel. But, yeah, I'll probably get the LG, or, something. I think I'll go LG, because I'll still feel like I'm getting a little bit nicer, and we couldn't even fit it on. So, okay, so it started out, we got the TV, and the first thing I said was the TV, I already looked up what the spread was between the feet. It uses those two little triangle feet on the bottom. I look at the spread, and I already know that they're too far apart. Right? There's no way it's fitting on that stand. So I'm like, okay, let me order up a stand, like, before it even arrives. It's a beautiful stand, too. It's a tempered glass base. It's really nice. And steel, and it's a wonderful base. It wasn't very expensive either. So I get that it can hold TVs up to 55 inches. And this is a 50. So we get the TV. I get it unpacked, and I got it sitting over on the couch, like face down on the chaise lounge. And the stand starts to go together, and we finally get the stand together. This is taking my son and I did it today. We finally get it all together. I put the hooks on the back of the stand, and, the stand, when I went to go hang, I put the hooks on the back of the TV, the rails on the back of the TV. And then these all work the same. You sort of hang it, like, on a crossbar, right? That's sort of how it goes. You hang it on a crossbar, and then there's, like, a couple little screws that go in the bottom to tighten it in so the thing doesn't come off. It's not just hanging there. You actually sort of clamp it in. Pretty standard design, right? So we do all that. We get it all done. It's just taking forever, but we get it. And I said, because now it's got this large footprint, single monopod stand instead of the two little triangle feet, right? The two little teepee feet on either side there. Those aren't going to work because it's literally too long for the stand we're going to put it on. So we get it, we put it all together, and we take it over. And I put it up on the stand, and it starts to tilt forward because one of the front wheels is broken off. And I'm like, oh my God, hold on. And we hadn't taken our hands off the TV, and it's literally clamped onto the stand. So I said, hold on, let's take it right off the TV stand. Let's put it down on the floor over here, and let's take a look. And I tilt the stand up, and one of the casters is just completely broken off. And so I'm like, oh my God. This is turning into a nightmare. Now we need a new friggin' stand. Is that what we're going to do? We're going to need a new TV stand? Is that what's going to happen? And it wasn't that. It was, I started to look for TV stands. Not only was everybody out of stock, but they were all like brown. We wanted black. So like, it all gets, I said, you know what? Listen, we'll just go to Costco and I'll get 4 new casters. If there's, not Costco, Home Depot. If there's one thing Home Depot has, it's a giant caster section, caster wheel section. We'll go there, we'll buy 4 caster wheels, we'll screw them onto the bottom of this, and there's nothing wrong with this other than it has one broken wheel. That's exactly what we do. We go to Home Depot, we get the 4 casters, my son goes with me, we come back, and zip, zip, zip. I get all 4 casters on it. Takes a little bit, but I get all 4 casters. Zip, 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 zip it right in. No problem at all, right? And now it's better than ever. I have 4 brand new casters on the bottom of this thing. They didn't fit in the same holes. It didn't matter. The plates were a little bit bigger. I used one hole to start. I used the screws that were already in it, and then I just piloted the other screws right in. It came out great, right? Really happy. So now I've fixed the stand, right? Little bit of MacGyver there. Got the stand all fixed. And we put the TV on. We clean the whole area out, dust it, wipe it, and we get it all on. We put it all on, and it says no signal. Right? And that's what we've been fighting for like the last 2 hours. No signal. And I'm like, you're killing me over here. I mean, come on, Samsung. So it's going back. Hey, what's up, Joe? So I just think that, hey, what's up, T. Jackson? And you need a handyman. I am the handyman. Trust me. God. I'm the guy that everyone calls when this doesn't work. And I'm telling you right now that it'll need a firmware update to work correctly. Or I'm going to have to go into like developer mode and like force something. Because these two things in their automatic wizard modes are like, I don't get what this device is. I don't understand it. Yeah, well, thank God I didn't wall mount it. I'd be even angrier. We can't wall mount it where I want to wall mount it, which is this very little section of wall right at the start of the living room, right before there's a little bit of a jut out and a movement, breaks the wall up a little bit. But I can't do it there because I know for a fact that behind that wall, in that wall, is a duct going up to the attic. That's how they got the air up to the attic. There's a duct behind that wall. So I'd be cutting right into sheet metal. It would be bad idea. First of all, it's not going to hold. And the thermostat's right there. It's too much physical plant there. Even if I found a stud and used a unirail, right? And they have those. They're pretty cool, right? They just use a lag bolt with a single plate. Big, thick steel plate, very heavy arm, single arm. You don't have to mount. This one over here that where is it? Right there. That one I have over there That's a much bigger mounting apparatus, and I can pull that out and move it all around, but it's a much bigger plate. The one for my kids' rooms that I put up, I just used a stud finder to find one of the studs, and then it's one long, tall center plate with a couple of big, giant lag bolts in it, that you have to crank down with a socket set. So it works. Make a little joke, so it's okay. I get it. I know I need to use God mode exactly. I know. I'll be friggin', what's that called? Super user. Yeah, a little bit of duct tape. Hammer seems to fix everything. I've fixed a few hard drives with a hammer, let me tell you. Actually, usually before I turn hard drives into for recycling, I usually put them on my drill press and drill about a half dozen random holes through it using a carbide bit. Works great. The drills right through those platters. A little bit of smoke, maybe some sparks once in a while, but let me tell you. And then they won't, they don't like it when you give them stuff like that, right? They don't want that. So what I'll do is when I'm going to return something and put it, like say I'm going to give Staples like a computer, to use. For the recycling, I'll open the computer up and just stuff it. Like when they pick up that computer, they'll be like, wow, this is one of those heavy ones, huh? Whoever opens that computer up, they're going to find like a dozen hard drives in there. I just stuff it full of all the tech. Oh, just one item today. Here you go. I see Quentin here. Yeti Matzi. Coot. I need to stripe the Wolfie. How's the audio on the guitar? Is it a good volume? When I was listening back to last week, I thought it was a little low. That sounds about right. I've turned into a DIY channel. For God's sake, Steve. There's a fellow 19 left in this year. I know. God. Well, this was last year. This week was like the worst week that we can remember. My wife and I, we were talking about a year ago. This week, a year ago, was just horrible. Here's Sunday to Saturday. Let's say the week starts on Sunday and ends the following Saturday. Sunday, we find out her mother has, advanced cancer, and she actually wound up passing away 30 days later. But that was Sunday. Monday, we find our cat had been hit by a car and is dead on the sidewalk. That was just heartbreaking, so shocking, First, we're reeling from the news. We knew that she was ill, and we knew that it was probably not going to be good news. And, of course, it wasn't. But I think that the sudden loss of my cat was even just more of a shock. It was just so shocking at the time. Because even with the cancer diagnosis, at the time we thought, well, what does that even mean? It could be 6 months or a year. What we didn't know is that 30 days later it should be gone. But it was a tough. That was a tough Sunday, Monday. Tuesday was pretty quiet. Wednesday, we went to the Christmas chorus thing, which I loved. We had a wonderful night. And we came back and we were walking to the basement, and my my wife was like, the basement's flooded. And I was like, oh my God. How? Oh, what? But then I was like, no, there's snow in the ground. There's no water out there. It's all locked up on the surface. My hot water heater had exploded. So we had no hot water. Couldn't take showers. The next day, we got a new hot water heater, and it was like defective. I had to like return it. It had a big hole in the side. We got the second one the next day, I forget the same day, and the whole side of it was like broken and sheared off. I was like, oh my God, because someone was manhandling it at the store. And then we got the third one, and that one was pristine, and that one went in. But that took until Friday, you know. And then Saturday, the friend who would help me put the hot water heater in, we did it ourselves. He wanted to build a computer for his son. So he came over that next day, that Saturday, and I was building a computer, and when we were taking a break, I said, let's just go down to like the deli down the street. And on our way there, my minivan died for good. That was the end of that. So the cancer news, the death of my cat, the explosion of the water heater, 2 bum units before a good unit, which was a lot of work. That was like that was Thursday, all day Thursday and Friday getting this done. And then Saturday, the death of the minivan. And then I want to say my monitor over there died like that Sunday, but that's a whole new week. Oh, yeah, no, it was like 3 trips for the goddamn water heater. Yeah, it was Buzzy that was hit by the car. Yeah. And then we lost Buffy, which was our other cat, I want to say in March, I think. And she just died of old age. You know, she had just been getting weaker and weaker. And I was like, you know, she's in trouble here. And it took my wife a little while to come around to it. I could tell it was killing her to think about, you know, having to put her down. But that's what had to be done. You know, there's a great story about George Washington in his final weeks, where people just didn't want to see the guy die. They loved him so much. And they tortured his ass for the last 2 weeks, trying all these experimental treatments to try and keep him alive. And it was brutal. And it's like, just let the goddamn guy die in peace. And I just thought, you know, let's not George Washington this cat, okay? Where in the last 2 weeks of his life, we try all this crazy stuff to try and keep her alive without success. And we wind up making her last couple of weeks pretty shitty. Let's not do that, which we didn't. But then, you know, this year turned out to be pretty good. I mean, it was tough. It's been, I really can't, we were lucky this year. We really were. My God. As crazy as that sounds, we really were, because what happened was that, you know, we don't know what the situation was going to be with my wife's job. You know, that company had been going through, and it's an enormous company. It was like, I think they had like 86,000 workers or something. You know, that's a big company. That's huge. You really, that now it gets so big, it's almost like its own like little universe. You know, it's a little crazy. So, you know, when COVID happened, we were all freaked out about her getting laid off. And then sure enough, she did get laid off. And, but luckily she found another job and started in the fall, you know, at the end of September. God, that was like, I was so lucky, you know, but the whole thing, it's all sort of worked out in the end, because it's a better situation, and it's, you know, it's just better all around. She gets to work from home. Everything is just better about it. So, I mean, sure, the COVID sucks, and, you know, but eventually, now that the vaccine is coming out, you know, give it a year. It's going to take like a year to 18 months, 12 to 18 months for that to get out, you know, efficiently. All that stuff takes a while. It really does. Sorry about your cat, Steve. Like I said on IG, there's nothing harder than losing a pet. Oh, I know. Oh, my God. You don't realize the grip they have on you. Till they're gone, then you're like, oh God. They do. They're And I tell you right now, we lucked out. We got 4 cats this year. We got 2 rescue cats from the police department in April. And they came in a little scraggly, but oh my God, they look so amazing now. They've really come back. They're just so wonderful and just so gorgeous, beautiful cats. In fact, a lot of people say, you got this cat from a shelter? It's like, I know, right? That looks like a breeder cat right there. Put that cat on the front of Cat Fancy magazine. And then we got the other 2. There's one right there, the kittens. And those were basically also, I think, stray rescues. And we got 2 of them as kittens. And they're really working out too, We lost 2 cats, one to renal failure, one a series of strokes. Both for fairly old, but not crazy old. Yeah, I know. So Buzzy was 12 and Buffy was 13. So not terribly old. Cats can go older, but they were indoor outdoor, and that definitely hurts them a little bit. Steve, do you like Pat Travis? The only one I know from him is Snorting Whiskey and Drinking Cocaine, right? That's the only song I really know by him, by just off the top of my head. That was his sort of, I don't even know the riff. I'm trying to think of the riff. It's just straight up. It almost sounds like, I want to play, but it's not that. That's Just Got Paid. Can't complain about my job, but it totally sucked, and everything else sucked. I hear you. No way you take a vaccine. I can tell you there's a lot of kids in my neighborhood who didn't take the chickenpox vaccine, but I did. And they all got chickenpox and I didn't, so. I totally remember that. In fact, we were all 14 at the time. And I had the vaccine when I was a kid. And they didn't. And friggin' chickenpox ran roughshod over my town. Every single one of my friends had it, but I didn't have it. And I think one other kid didn't have it. Why? We both had the chickenpox vaccine. Literally that simple. Oh yeah, boom, boom, out go the lights. Yeah. Boom, boom, out go the... Yeah, boom, boom, out go the lights. That's the other one. Yeah, chickenpox parties. Yeah, chickenpox party sounds cool until you get older and you get shingles. A friend of mine got shingles when he was like 28. Oh my God. Yeah. Be careful what you wish for. Now they have a shingles vaccine. Yeah. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. By the time the vaccine gets Steven says you're not going to have a good vaccine for 18 months. I'm sure the vaccine is fine. In fact, they've really gone through a whole bunch of efficacy on it. By the time it gets to you, it will have gone through millions of people. You're not high on the list unless you're a frontline worker, right? Or you're like in your 80s, or say they're literally going to work back from age and like what your position is. So I think that there'll be millions and millions of people ahead of you. So you won't be. You're not going to be the first. Highly unlikely. I like the new Epiphones. I just checked one out at Guitar Center. I love them. I tell you, I love them. You know, especially the ebony fingerboard. I had a guy going cuckoo the other day, screaming about how it wasn't ebony. It was Richlight. I'm like, are you insane? That's like when people say that that's not a veneer on the front of that Chinese guitar. That's a photo flame. I'm like, you realize the photo flame costs more, right? You realize that was an expensive proprietary process. You cannot be serious with that. Like, it's a no. It was a veneer. In fact, you could see on one of them the veneer was a little cracked in one corner, and on the other one the veneer didn't quite meet the center. It was a little ragged, a little rough where they cut it, and you could see it. You could see the seam. You know, it was clearly wood fibers. It's clearly wood, but he was like, "Yeah, that's Richlight," and I'm like, "Richlight is more expensive. They're not going to put ebony on the Gibson and Richlight on the Epiphone because that defies all common sense. That's like we're going to put Palfero on the Elites and we're going to put ebony, on the entry level, on the Squires." You'd be like, "What?" What? He's like, "You can't buy ebony. It's not available." He's like, no one can get ebony. The guy from Taylor, we say Taylor owns it all. I'm like, then how does Carvin have it? How does Martin have it? How does Acacia Guitars have it? You know who uses a lot of it is Framus. They use a ton of ebony. It's crazy. Love dogs and cats, but putting them down sucks the life out. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. It's so hard because they don't understand what's going on, and it just feels horrible, Gibson needs to stop playing and put the Gibson headstock on the baby steps. We're getting there. Baby steps. Let's not force them. They already went to a bigger diamond. Did you hear that? They went bigger diamond. So I mean, we're getting there. Baby steps. They got what? The new guy, I think, is pushing for that stuff. He's like, why are we doing that? And he's probably getting some pushback internally. They're like, oh no, you got to keep the Gibson. You'll get counterfeiting and all that. But Squire doesn't really kill Fender sales, does it? Fender seems to be doing just fine, even though they have a Squire line with the identical headstock. So, you know what? They might get there someday. I tell you, I'm just happy with this headstock over the prior one. I do like the fewer cuts, right? That's the only difference between this one and the other one. It had 2 extra cuts, 1 on each corner. I was just never crazy about that look. Martin uses Richlight on their lower end acoustics. Interesting. Yeah, I love the ebony board on your EVH Wolfgang. Yeah, exactly. EVH uses a bunch of ebony. They put ebony on the Epi BB King. They put ebony also on the Epiphone Modern series. So I think if you have the custom SG or the custom Les Paul or the modern SG or the modern Les Paul, those are all going to come with ebony. And I want to say the New Prophecy series. I think someone mentioned that up there too. The New Prophecy series is ebony as well. I think it is. The Adam Jones signature LP, is that crazy like almost like an Antigua, almost look like the Fender Antigua. It's like a sunburst. Bunch were stolen. Hi, Steve. Just had an early Christmas present. Huh? What'd you get yourself? I just bought EVH 5150. Okay, so that's the Strat style with the Strat headstock, and it has a 5150 on the 5150, like right here. Is that the one I'm... Oh, no. So it's a 5150 of the... Not the Strat headstock. It has the banana headstock, right? It's got the hockey stick headstock, right? Yeah, no, the Kotzen neck is big. So help me out. I'm thinking about. I've been gassing on Gibson. That's why I'm playing this guitar. I've been kind of gassing on Gibson Les Pauls lately. Been thinking about buying a Gibson Les Paul. So I've been looking around. It's got to be a good price. So but here's the thing. I'm thinking about getting a painted one. Just because I already have one with a flame top, right? That's my Premium Plus. So I sort of already have like the figured top one. So this one I'm thinking about, and it's probably easier to find too, like black, right? I think they call that ebony. They make a cherry that looks pretty interesting. It's like a transparent cherry. That looks pretty cool too. And then of course the classic gold top. Of those three, if you had to go either the ebony, which to me is like the Jeff Beck, was that Blow by Blow or Wired? Whatever that one is. He's got the Les Paul on the cover, right? The cherry one, which that's just out of the blue, or the gold top, there's an infinite number of players that have played the gold top, and it's probably of the three, probably the most classic color being. That's the OG color for the Les Paul, right? They did the binding in the gold top to hide the fact that it was a maple cap, right? So, I don't know. I'm sort of torn between the three. Part of me sort of likes the black. It's just simple lines weaving. Another part of me kind of likes the gold top just because it is a classic color. And then another one is like, the cherry. I kind of like red guitars. I have a bunch of red guitars. And I got to say, the cherry with that binding and just the cream and everything, it looks pretty sharp. Oh, so I'm getting hold on. I'm going to go back here. These are all standards. These aren't customs. These are standards. In fact, I think a couple of them are traditional, right? So they're going to have the old style tuners and, because not every color is available in every model. So, like, if you want cherry, I think you've got to get the classic. And if you want the gold top, I think they might be available in the classic, but I want to say you almost have to get, like, the traditional or the standard, right? They're not every model is available in every color. Well, let me go back here. Okay, I'm seeing a vote for black, gold top. Laugh said he'd get the black standard. Larry John says cherry. Renion says black. Pedro says gold top. John Doe's going gold top. Yeah, Blow by Blow. That's the one. I knew it was one of those. But that's a classic look, right? That black with the, oh man, I love that look. That is a good look. But I like gold top too. I'd say the dark horse is, quite frankly, the cherry one. Jared's saying he's saying gold top too. Fret's saying gold top. And get a 59 flame. Yeah, scallop it, throw a couple of EMGs in it. Ranios is saying gold top is too common. I kind of thought that too. I was like, isn't Gold Top right now the Seafoam Green of 5 years ago? Remember 5 years ago, everybody was doing Seafoam Green. Fluff was getting a signature guitar. It was Seafoam Green, right? Everybody was doing Seafoam Green. Seafoam Green's dead. Now I swear to God, it's all Gold Top. I've seen so many Gold Tops lately. I kind of think Gold Top is, yeah, I know what you're saying. It's like Gold Top. First of all, it's a little in right now. So, if I want to go the opposite direction, maybe going with the ebony or the cherry would strike out, a little bit more defined look, Great Vanzini says, always wanted a Gold Top. See, now that kind of brings me back a little bit. When I was a kid in 82, I blew my Fender Twin. And my dad and I, we drove it out to EU Wurlitz's, the one in Framingham, because they had a repair shop out there. So we went out to Framingham to the EU Wurlitz's, the one that was right by the Tropic Isle fish store. And we were picking up the amp, and I remember going in their room, and they had guitars. If it was really nice, they had it behind a case. And they had a Les Paul Gold Top behind that case. And I was like, oh man, that guitar looks so friggin' awesome. It was like an 82 Gold Top. It looks so friggin' good. So there's that. Gold Top with P90s. Yeah, see, I'm going humbuckers. I don't think I want to. See, I already have a Gold Top with P90s, even though it's a Harley Benton. It's like, I would feel like it's just an upscale version of something I already have. Although I kind of already have this, I suppose. Daniel says Gold Top. Ricky says Gold Top. Ben says he loves his Gold Top Classic. I don't think I can get the Gold Top in a Classic right now. Let me back up here because it jumped way down on me. I'm seeing a lot of callers that aren't listed there. I'd go with ebony. That would be my next. Yeah, I tell you, there's something classic about a black Les Paul, right? Steve's going to show up with a black LP Custom. I wish. I would. I do like the black LP Customs. Worn Cherry. See, this one isn't a worn. It's highly glossed. It's like a friggin' lipstick. It's cherry, and it's glossy. It's like a friggin', one of those. Was that a Tarte down in the case, right? It's all shiny, like a mirror finish. Gold Top says Fred Fanatic. What about the Gold Top Bonamassa model? I don't know that I need to tie into him. I think I want a more classic look. Frank says gold. Frank C says cherry all the way. Interesting. Bo Hunt says Gold Top. Charles says the cherry ones have more character. Interesting. Nick says Gold Top. Laugh says Blueberry Burst. There was, they just came out, speaking of Blueberry Burst, they just came out with an ES335 Blueberry Burst for the Epiphone. Not going to lie, looks pretty sick. It's like a Blueberry Fade. Looks awesome. All right, BC Rich says Gold Top. Queen says plain wood. I can't do plain guitars. That's the only style I don't like. It's just natural. I don't think I own a single natural guitar. Natural back, sure. Like on a Les Paul Gold Top, sure. But not all natural. I don't think I own any guitars like that. In black, it was on the DB. Oh, yeah. DBG channel, sure. Cherry says Mark Cote. Cowtown Customers, he's going red. Electro Omega says Pelham Blue. Actually, they had a Pelham Blue SG up there recently, but it sold pretty quickly because it's when they get the odd colors, they're not very expensive. They will absolutely sell much quicker. Jared says Frankenberry Burst. That's not one of them. AWOL says black. Hugh Allen says black. Strat PC says wine red. Now, they have a couple of wine reds. Sadly, though, One of them, I'm not really crazy about the look. It's the matte one. Then the other one, although it's gloss and it's got a beautiful flame top, it's all gold hardware. And they're losing me with that freaking gold hardware. I can't do it. On a custom, sure, but on the standard, I'm not crazy about gold hardware on the standard. It's just, to me, it's got to be either chrome or nickel. Even I think nickel looks the best, the matte finish, quite frankly. Aged gold top, the greenish tint comes out. Well, that's the one thing about getting a gold top. They age beautifully, right? If you've ever seen an old gold top, oh my God, they look good. Dovka says LP Supreme. They've had some Supremes up there. In fact, they had one in ebony, but you couldn't really make out the flames. It's like, what's the point? Oh, I'm losing my voice here. Did I get a... Oh. All right. I think I just got my party invite. So we're going to have to wrap this up soon. Talk about last minute. All right. Yeah, Peter Frampton, too. That's right. The Black Les Paul, Peter Frampton. Absolutely. John Clark says gold top. Kerry says cherry. Groove Train says gold top. Guitar Man, he's sticking with the wine red. Cardiac's going Pelham blue. I don't think I'm really down between black, cherry, and gold top. Those are the three I've been really looking at the most, I would say. Pelham blue, strawberry, aged are brand new. Not aged, but they are. They're all used. I'm not looking at anything new. What's up, Sean? I've seen this new colors out for the Kramer SM1. That's new for 2021. The only ones I've seen are the orange and the blue. Is there something new for the SM1 between Orange Crush and I thought it was Blue Crush or Blue Metallic? And routed for a Kaler, exactly. Any news from your neck in the factory? No, not yet. In fact, I should reach out to them. They sent me a photo of it. It looked like really good. Cherry Burst. That's why I said cherry uncommon, right? Get an aged black, yeah. The black is a classic look. It kind of is, isn't it? Kind of is. There is something about a black Les Paul. It does look good. Justin's going gold top. Get a gold top PRS. Oh, yeah. What's up, Nevo? Shell pink is the new Seafoam. Yeah, you might be right. Get a Seafoam Les Paul. They did that for a year. You can get a Seafoam, but it's a tint, right? It's a stain. Ebony shows scratches and buff marks really bad. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Black is always a tough color to work with. Another gold top. Sorry, not a big fan of the gold top LPs. I kind of like the gold top. It's it's a look. Tobacco Burst, I'm seeing. Hold on, you know what happened? It just suddenly jumped way down in the head. So it was another vote for Cherry from OH. Whatever happened to that girl? She grew up. She runs the St. Jude's Hospital now for her dad. Pink polka dots. Mick Ronson, yeah. Gold tops are nice. Gold tops turn greenish. I have a Pelham Blue 2017 vintage SG standard. That's what that was. It was a Pelham Blue SG. Looked nice. Really nice. But I think if I'm going to go with an SG, I think I'm going black. Just because of Iomi and Angus. They both have black. SGs at some point in their career. They both had the cherry too, but I'm going black on the SG, I think. Non-weight relieved, I think I would prefer that. And I think I have to go traditional if I want that. Or I'd have to get a guitar made within the last year. Because I think they didn't end the weight relief, I want to say, and they might even still do weight relief on the Classic. Yeah, we'll be long gone at 20 turns. I know, right? I know. I'd have to get something at least 10 years old to have that much oxygen. Or throw it out in the Impala with the friggin' ozone generator. That's a lot of destruction pretty quickly. None more black. All right, another vote for black. Black or gold, yeah. Cherry, see? You got people, they tell you. Gold top of the cherry. Black with gold hardware is a classic look, yeah. Cherry works on an SG. Yeah, but the cherry on the SG it's a different type of cherry though. This is a much brighter, almost like a lifesaver color. It's a much brighter color. And it's glossy. Versus like antique cherry, right, which is a little darker. Neil Young's Black Les Paul. Black Les Paul, yeah. Vivian Campbell. Oh my God, the right Vivian Campbell. Didn't even think of that. Cherry. Ebony is nice, but scratches and dings the easiest. That's true. Tobacco burst. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing any bursts. Gold top. I think it's got another person for gold top. Yeah. All right, you know what? I think I'm going to wrap up because I think I got this party to go to. Well, that sounds good, huh? This guitar does sound great. You know what? No promises, but later tonight, much later tonight, if I'm still up and I'm still not angry about the Samsung, maybe I'll come back on live. No promises, though. We'll see how, because I could already see myself saying that now because I'm all gung-ho. And then, 3 hours from now, I'll be like falling asleep. So, and I won't do it if Tone King's doing one, which he might be. So who knows? I'm not wear a mask. It's online only. No in person. Nice. All right. Oh my God, Creatures of the Night. I can't think of it right now. So usually does his Friday night, but didn't last. That's why I'm thinking he might do it tonight. Exactly. This is a 2020. This is the new 2020 custom. All right, I'm going to go make myself a new coffee and go join his live show. And we'll do one more body shot of this. And all right, maybe tonight, we'll see. We'll see. Sounds out. All right. All right. Now I'm really going to go. All right, dude. Thanks so much for hanging out. Super thanks to everyone who hung out. Especially super thanks to my mod squad. Really appreciate it. And, click the notification bell. Maybe I'll be live tonight. We'll see. All right, guys. No, you rock. I will, if I don't see you later tonight, then I'll see you a week from tonight. For the Christmas special? Not really. Not going to lie. I got nothing. All right. All right, dudes. Yeah, thumbs up on the way out, and have a good week if I don't see you later tonight. And there you go. All right. Later.